Welcome back to Keep It Raw Boxing. This is Cypher Box. Okay, so as you already know, I'm sure most of you have heard it already, Tyson Fury has signed a multi-fight deal with ESPN and Top Rank Promotions. Yeah, so he's going to be co-promoted in America. So Frank Warren's still going to promote him, of course. He's still got his deal here in the UK with BT Sports, and he's signed a broadcaster deal with ESPN out in America and a co-promotional deal with Bob Arum. The deal is said to be worth £80 million to Tyson Fury. That's a do you know what? I'll get to that bit in a minute. But remember, ESPN, from what I understand, is the biggest sports platform in America at the moment. 3 million subscribers. So look, plenty of exposure out in America for Tyson Fury there. Now, I'm not going to make this long. I'm just going to give you some quick thoughts that I had today. Just got back from work, so I don't want to make this a long video. I am going to do a more lengthy video on it and talk about Wilder, Fury and AJ and all that sort of stuff. Not only that, probably talk about boxing as a whole, because it's getting a bit frustrating now. It's not just the heavyweight division where we're not seeing the fights we want being made. There are other divisions. You look at the welterweight division, for example. But look, here's my thought on it. Yeah, £80 million. Okay, the way you got to look at it, and don't get me wrong, I get people's frustrations. Yeah, I know Wilder fans might be extremely frustrated by this and annoyed by this, so I get it. But the way you need to look at it is, if you were a fighter and someone put a contract in front of you worth £80 million, are you going to turn it down? Of course you're not. You're not. Let's face it. Yeah, these are prize fighters. These guys aren't just about when I say prize, they're not just looking to win world title belts. They're looking to make money too. Yeah, they have short careers and they're putting their lives on the line, etc., and all that, and their health on the line. So of course they want to make as much money as they possibly can as well. So can I knock Tyson Fury for taking this deal? Of course not. I have to congratulate the man on getting this deal. It's an epic deal. He's on a massive platform with ESPN, £80 million. Yeah, he's still going to get he's still got his deal here in the UK with BT Sports. He's got Bob Arum, and let's face it, as much as I criticise Bob Arum in the past, one thing you can say about Bob Arum, he knows how to promote a fighter. And he's been doing it for some time now out in the States. So it is a good partnership on paper at the moment. I mean, how it ends up working out in the long run is a different point, or is a different matter altogether. But it is a good deal, and you can't knock him for that. He's put himself in a very, very good position in terms of getting exposure and getting paid at the same time. So I can't knock him for that. I can't take that away from him. But it could potentially cause other problems, right? You have to stop and think, what about Wilder Fury 2 now? I just been watching, I watched today Wilder on the Boxing Voice, and, he was talking about how he's a free agent. Yeah, he signed to PBC, Al Heyman, obviously Shelley Finkel as well. He's got a management team, but he's not got a broadcaster deal. He sticks with Showtime because he has a sense of loyalty to Showtime. He talked a bit about Fox Sports as well. But he has said he can go and fight anywhere he wants. He's got no ties in terms of like a broadcaster deal with ITV or ITV Box Office in the UK. So he's in the same position as Dillian Whyte. The only difference between him and Dillian Whyte is that he is signed to Al Heyman and Shelley Finkel. Dillian, on the other hand, is a free agent. He could do a fight, and then the next fight he can go wherever he wants. So it's slipped. That's why I say it's similar. But he was talking about he can go anywhere to fight anyone at any time. So he's talking about the Wilder Fury 2 fight, the second fight, the rematch, and he hasn't completely dismissed it and said it's dead in the water. Neither has Tyson Fury, to be honest with you. They're going to have to probably work out a deal, where Tyson Fury is obviously now aligned with ESPN in America, so he can't fight anywhere else unless Bob Arum's willing to show the fight on both ESPN and Showtime and come to some sort of agreement. We've seen that, you know, if I give you an example, Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson was shown on Showtime and shown on HBO. Same with AJ versus Klitschko in America, who was shown on Showtime in real time and then repeated on HBO later on. So there are, you know, potentially they can do a deal like that. The stumbling blocks I feel that might be there are the poor relation between Bob Arum and Al Heyman. Yeah, they can do business on a lower level, like with their lower level fighters, to put them up against each other, but can they put their differences aside to make a big fight like this at the heavyweight, at the elite heavyweight level? That's something we'll have to wait and see, to see if that happens. We waited for Pacquiao Mayweather for so many years. Eventually they made it happen, but too many, it happened one too many years later. And those are sort of things that, could end up causing issues going forward. So, yeah, look, I don't think it kind of completely vetoes the rematch between Wilder and Fury, but there could be potential issues there, and if they can't make a deal immediately, Wilder said it one way or another. He said it on the Boxing Voice that no matter what, he's fighting on May 18th. So, I don't know how this is all going to work out. Don't forget the WBC in there as well. So the WBC ordered the rematch with a 60-40 split in favour of the champion, which is Deontay Wilder. And, it got postponed once, it got postponed twice, and then suddenly this deal's come out of nowhere. And you got to wonder, where are the WBCs standing on this one? So where do they stand with this one? Are they now that they've postponed the purse bid twice, are they now going to turn around and just say, nope, that's it, gave you your opportunity, it's purse bids, open to anyone, And then at the same time, you could get Fury in that situation and say, no, I'm not going to settle for 60-40 because he's on the platform he's on, because from what I understand, they were negotiating the fight with Wilder and they had agreed on a 50-50 split. That's what I heard. Anyone knows any difference? Let me know. If anyone knows any different than that, let me know. But he may turn around and say, no, I'm not going to settle for 60-40. And then he pulls out the fight. So look, there's loads of things that could go wrong here. But at the same time, they could come up with a deal. Let's hope they do. Let's hope they could turn around and say to the WBC says, look, we'll give you one more chance to negotiate, and then in a couple of weeks we need to have an answer. Hopefully they can say, right, 50-50, Wilder will go to ESPN to fight, or yeah, we're happy to share it among both platforms. But the problem is Wilder hasn't got a contract with Showtime, so I can imagine Bob Arum turning around and say, well, he hasn't got a contract with Showtime, so that fight needs to happen on ESPN. And I could see him not backing down from that because of, like I said, the poor relations between him and Al Heyman of PBC. So a lot of maybes, and it's a grey area right now, in my opinion. That's the best way I could put it. It's a grey area. Not only that, the way Tyson Fury was talking at the press conference, the BT Sports press conference to announce this, it was sounded like to me like he was saying, I'm the A side now. I'll give you the short end of the deal. That's how it felt like to me. You have to come to me and I'm on the number one platform now, and etc. and stuff like that. So I don't know whether that's going to be the kind of game they're going to play, when it comes to negotiations now. So again, if it does go that way, where Tyson believes because of the platform and the deal he's on with ESPN now, he deserves more money, and we already know his point of view when it comes to their first fight, that he won the fight. Listen, I agree, he won it on the cards, no doubt about it. I had it 115, 113, I think it was, to Tyson Fury. But at the same time, I did a video on it all, and I said, the count in the 12th round was questionable. you know, and I don't believe Tyson Fury got up in time, you know, and it was a bit of a long count. So there's that element as well, where Tyson Fury might turn around and say, no, I'm going to give you the shorter end of the deal. I don't know, look, it's just the way he was talking, so I don't know what's going to come out of it, to be honest with you. We'll have to wait and see, to be honest with you. These are just my thoughts on the whole situation, of course. Not only that, look at Frank Warren's interview after the presser with IFL TV, when he was asked about the Wilder Fury rematch, even though he says, oh yeah, you know, we're going to have to talk about it a little bit, and, you know, he made the words that were coming out of his mouth were suggesting that they were going to still go ahead and try and negotiate it, but the look on his face told me, like, don't think that fight's going to happen now. Yeah, that's the feeling I got of him. From reading his body language, that's the feeling I got off it. You know, because, and not because he doesn't want to make the fight, but I think because in the back of his head, he's going to think, well, we just done a deal with Bob Arum at ESPN, and we know Bob Arum at ESPN, well, Bob Arum anyway, and our Heyman have had problems doing business with each other, and they're not the biggest fans of one another either. So it'll be, like I said, be interesting to see what happens going forward. And what about Anthony Joshua? Fury negotiating with Anthony Joshua, what kind of problem? That definitely causes a problem, because Eddie Hearn, AJ, they got their deal with DAZN in America. Tyson's now, like I said, aligned with ESPN. What kind of problems does that bring? Now, I don't know if AJ has an actual deal or not with DAZN, or he's free to fight wherever he wants, but you know Eddie Hearn's going to keep AJ on DAZN. He's not going to put him on another platform in America. He can't afford to do that. Yeah, like I said, I feel like Eddie's probably under a bit of pressure to put some real fight cards on for DAZN. Yeah, over the next 12 months. And AJ's he's going to be at the helm of that. So having him fight on another platform in America, I can't see that happening. But I don't know if AJ's actually got a deal, but they're throwing a lot of money at him. So again, you know, what kind of problems does that cause? And not like what kind of problems that causes back here in the UK, because again, Tyson Fury's with BT, he's got a deal with BT Sports. AJ's got a deal with Sky Sports. You see what I mean? There are multiple scenarios here in terms of how this can all go. I can't predict which way it's going to go. We're just going to have to wait and see, to be honest with you. But on, you know, like I said, congratulations to Tyson Fury on his deal. But however, the question is, you know, what of the other two, Wilder and AJ? You know, we've got three top heavyweights: Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Right? In my opinion, we haven't got a number one heavyweight simply because we haven't got an undisputed champion yet. And until we get an undisputed champion, and this is just my opinion, I'm not saying you guys have to agree with me out there, but until we see an undisputed champion, we don't have a number one heavyweight. Just like I said in the past when I did my welterweight review video months ago, which was, until I see an undisputed champion at welterweight, we haven't got a number one welterweight. Yeah, so it's not something I just apply to the heavyweight division, it's something I apply to all divisions. It's that simple. But it's interesting. We'll have to wait and see what happens going forward. But like I said, you know, shout out to Tyson Fury. It's a great deal. It's an epic deal. Can't blame him for taking that deal. But it does cause... there are concerns. Because are we going to get the fights that we've all been dying to see for the last couple of years now? I'll leave it over to you guys. Leave a comment. Remember the rules of the comment section. Keep it clean. Got no problem with people disagreeing with my opinion, as always. But as long as you articulate yourself intelligently, I will allow your comments to be published. Alright guys, look, that's all I got for you on this one. As always, like, share and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.